Why do I make art? I make something and then I have to convince people that they need it. And they don't. Why do I do that? I didn't ever want to be an artist at all. I was really bad. My father is a sculptor, so I just kind of saw how hard it is to make a living. I use glass as a material and not so much as the reason for making anymore. Seeing people blow glass, it glows and it moves and it's just really active. I would have never gone into art without having a material to grow around and away from, so it's maybe a little different than for a lot of other people that were always like, oh, I was an artist. I always, like as a kid, I used to draw. It's like, this didn't happen at all. I've always liked this idea to work with glass powders as a form of sedimentation. And then afterwards in the kiln, they just open up and become these really weird, dried out landscape pictures. I have something that's called dyscalculy. I do numbers differently than a lot of people in a way that I just have a different logic. Bullseye glass has all of their colors labeled only with numbers. They only go with number systems, and they're these like 5-digit numbers that are really long, and I just always get like stuck and I have to write down all these numbers to be able to just remember what I'm trying to do and which color I'm trying to use. I worked myself as a cashier for years. Oh my God, people walked home with more money than they gave me, seriously. I really like farming. I still do a lot of like cooking, pickling. I try to have a little garden. My German has more become like my English. It's all kind of very basic. There's no elaborate language that I can use even if I try hard. I'm not good at making conversation anymore. I'm not good at making jokes. I don't know anything what's going on in any of the countries. I don't belong anywhere. Being less and less able to express myself verbally, I start expressing myself more and more visually. People like always engrave their like a heart and their initials like to preserve in trees. They do that in eucalyptus trees, and it's our weird belief of that we preserve this moment of love on that tree forever. But eucalyptus trees shed their complete bark within a year. I saw these like coming off hearts and engravings, and I was like, oh, this is so beautiful. The people that grow up in mountain areas and have to be to a certain degree self-sustaining in Europe, I would at some point like to be able to have this kind of lifestyle where there's no rush. I like that. It's not about how famous you can get, how successful, how much wealth you can gain, how you can change the world and make it a better place. That's not any of their concerns. They're just kind of trying to do as well as they can within their limits of reach, and I like that. I'm still too young to just go and live in the woods, but at some point I hope that happens. Yeah, I could totally see that.